He was gonna be the next Michael Jordan. That's what he wrote in his journal when he was 8 years old. In high school, he was a 3-time MVP. In college, he was 2-time All-Conference. And in 2003, he was drafted by the Atlanta Hawks. He then went on to play in Europe, where he played well enough to be invited to play for the Russian Olympic team. But it was while playing in Russia that he discovered his future wouldn't be shaking up the basketball world, but making a bigger difference in a much bigger world. That's Travis Hansen. This is Legends.
It's funny, we found a journal the other day that said when he was 8 years old, he wrote, "I will beat Michael Jordan on the basketball court," and he said, "I'd love to play in the NBA."
My first impression of Travis, if I won't get in trouble, was he was kind of a punk.
When he came in here early, there were quite a few confrontations, but I personally really appreciated it because it was a competitive spirit where he was just, trying to compete and help his guys win.
Well, we started this foundation basically at the middle of my career. My wife's living in Russia and she's just having a tough time. And so she began to ask people and eventually found this hospital, orphanage that she volunteered at and held the babies and read books to them. And her eyes were opened up to a whole new world. And in that moment, she decided, let's start a foundation. Let's help these kids.
So 8 years old, you wrote in your journal you wanted to play Michael Jordan.
Huge goals. I mean, apparently I did write that.
Yeah. Did you ever play him?
No, I think that was kind of a high goal for me.
Yeah, you got a dream.
It's important to dream, important to believe.
Travis, thanks for showing up and hanging out with me for a little bit. Let's just jump right into it. When did you know that you were good at basketball?
It was actually at Orem Elementary School, just a couple blocks from here. And a couple of my classmates were playing speed. And so I jumped in and started playing speed, and I think that was the moment where I knew I was kind of more athletic than others. And I was like, maybe basketball picked me. I'm skinny, I'm tall, and I can actually jump. Maybe I should play basketball.
I don't know any young man growing up who had more great friends than Travis. He loved being around people, and they seemed to gravitate to him, and life was a lot of fun.
People just loved to be where Travis was. That's where the fun was happening. That's where people were gravitated together, and he was just kind of not so much the class clown, but just the hit of the parade. I mean, just everybody wanted to be where Travis was.
He likes to win, and remarkably, he's willing to do just about anything he needs to personally to prepare himself to win.
Travis is a type of individual that is such a motivator and such a good example, but yet had faced tremendous adversity even within his own family. He had to go through a situation where his mom got sick and she got sicker, and then there was a time where he found out that she wasn't going to get better, and it became a really difficult thing for Travis in his life to watch his mother to suffer through the cancer that she had and eventually losing his mother at a young age.
They were very, very affectionate toward one another, and Travis was just dearly loves his mother and misses her deeply even today.
When his mom passed away, and she said to him, I have one thing that I want you to do. I want you to go on a mission. And he said, okay, I'll do it. And he made the choice instead of to play basketball to go on a mission. And he says that it was the best decision he ever made.
I think that through that experience, he really grew, and he grew a lot. And because of the decision that he made to go on a mission, it really helped him to grow and to mature, and then eventually come back and choose his path to BYU. And of course, the rest is history.
So your mother asked you to go on a mission. What was your life like up to that point? Had you planned on playing basketball?
Until my mom really sat down with me and said, please go, I don't think I had made that decision yet. It's hard to talk about her without crying a little bit, because I think everybody loves their mom a lot. I do. she's the perfect example of following through. If she said something, she did it all the way. She always tried her best, woke up every morning and would tell me many times, wake up every morning and try to be better. And I think I've strived to do that my whole life because I saw my mom do it.
Now, I've heard the term rock star thrown out there in regards to you playing in high school. How did you see yourself?
Well, first of all, I wasn't a rock star, and I don't know, but I think every high school kid maybe thinks they're cool. I was the typical immature, trying to figure out, would, do anything for a laugh, love my friends, got in some trouble, and, but overall was, I really enjoyed life.
Okay, Travis, here it is. We're gonna play a little one-on-one. Let's go to 7.
Okay.
That way, if it's close, you have to get an odd number to beat the other person by 2. How's that?
How about we give you 6 and we go to 7?
I still am gonna lose by 2 somehow.
Okay.
I'm sure.
Defense. There we go.
Okay, that's what I'm doing.
Let's try to bend your knees a little bit more. I just don't want you to get hurt.
Thank you, I appreciate it. Okay. Oh, foul. Oh. Is that charge? See, because then that way, you see?
There you go.
Come on, now, jeez.
Rebound!
Okay, so I gotta take it back out?
Yep, 2-1.
Oh, you're not allowed to touch. Are you?
I think you can only go right hand.
Really?
I'm just guessing.
You're probably guessing right. Oh. It was, oh. Okay. I really tried to take you out at the knee. Oh. Oh. Gee, are you kidding me? Come on. Obviously, you've played professional ball and I have not. So give me a couple tips that might help with my game at this point, if anything can.
2 things.
Good.
When you shoot, you want to be shooting with your fingertips. You have more control.
Okay.
When you rebound, when you dribble,
Yeah.
you want to have more control too, so you want to use your fingertips. You don't want to bounce with your palm of your hand.
Okay, all right.
You see how that doesn't look good?
Yeah, no, it doesn't, yeah.
I'm used to coaching kids, sorry.
Well, good. It's a nice stance, Sister Hansen. Does your husband play?
That's it.
That's it. That's it.
Oh, jeez.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
You hit something?
Did I? Oh, shoot, it's out on me. All right. Almost hit a tech guy over there. They don't know what to do when they get around sports.
He had major swagger. We're talking in the room with his dad, and when he had just come home off his mission, been home less than a week, was playing in a summer game, and had gone baseline on somebody, gone up and hammer dunked on him, and broke the backboard. And he just kind of, the world revolved around Trav.
When he came in here early, there were quite a few confrontations, but I personally really appreciated it because it was a competitive spirit where he was just, trying to compete and help his guys win. Competitive-wise was the game at Arizona State when, we were struggling, trying to figure out how we were going to get over the hump and win that game. But playing well, it was a close game, and then Travis just kind of took the game over. I think that he, scored, somewhere 12, 14 of our last 16 points in the game. And we were able to win that game. It was a really big game for us. And anytime you can go on the road and win, but especially, at that time, a Pac-10 school, it was really big for our program.
I understand that you become somewhat of a rebel. You bleach your hair, the tattoo. Did that play into anything that you were trying to go for there?
Well, no, I hope I wasn't a rebel. I was just being me. I didn't mean to be anything crazy, particular. I got the tattoo because my mom passed away, and I was in a tough situation. I was trying to figure it out, and I got a tattoo that said the heavens. The bleaching of the hair, my wife was going through beauty school. I was kind of her pet project. And also, I just wanted to win so bad. I was passionate, I was tough, I wanted to win. I'm not the kind of guy that would knock someone down and then help them afterwards. I would knock you down and then knock you down again, because I wanted to win. And so, you know, I didn't handle it in the best way, probably. If I had to go back, I probably would have been a little bit nicer. But it was just my mentality at the time that I had so much passion. I wanted BYU to be great, and I wanted to prove it.
When he came out of college, he basically earned a way to the Chicago pre-draft camp. And that I'll never forget. Coach Rose and I were able to go back and be there and watch. And as magic would have it, somehow, some way, Travis's dad ended up in there with us. And I just remember that moment because here we are watching Travis compete at a really high level with the best players in the country. I just remember his dad reaching over literally right during the middle of it and hugging me, where he just said, "This is one of the greatest days of my life." And Travis had a great camp, and it was pretty obvious coming out of that camp that he was going to get drafted. Got drafted in the NBA by the Atlanta Hawks, went and played for a year, had a really good year, was obviously the favorite of the Atlanta franchise, but the opportunities to play overseas amplified both the opportunity to play every day. Also, I think that financially it was a very attractive opportunity for Travis.
The hardest part from transitioning from the NBA to Europe was just the dream of playing in the NBA, but when you have a family and the lifestyle versus the NBA in Europe, Europe's more friendly for the family, so that was part of the factor of him wanting to go to Europe.
What was that like, being drafted into the NBA for you?
Kind of relief because the process at the very end, you try out, you're going through all these camps, you're traveling. I went and did 21 workouts, and you travel there, you fly in, you compete. Like in Chicago, I showed up, you lift weights, you do some explosive drills, and all of a sudden they bring in a guy like Dwayne Wade, and we played one-on-one in front of everybody. And so it's high pressure, high stakes.
Did you ever get a chance to stand mano-a-mano with Michael Jordan?
I missed him by a year. He retired the year before I did. But we played the Lakers, flew out. Coach says, like 2 hours before the game, my family all came out to watch and says, "You're starting. You got Kobe." I'm like, "Yeah, no problem. I got him, you know." Then you go to your locker and you're like sweating, you know, you're like nervous. I go out there and I'm excited. I want to lock Kobe down. I want to show him how good I am. And he did a ball fake, foul. He goes to free throw line. Next time down, blows past me. They call me for another foul. Barely even touched him. So, and then I found myself on the bench. But guys like that are amazing players. But it was a dream to go against them and see the arenas and live your dream.
And you go overseas. Tell me about the process to make that decision.
For us, it just made perfect sense. It was interesting because we just felt so good about it, and we didn't really know why. But it was a wonderful experience for us. We went to Spain. I was in heaven. I served in Chile. I spoke Spanish. I loved the food. I was on one of the best teams. We went to 2 Final Fours over there. I played with Luis Scola, Jose Calderon, Nocioni, Thiago Splitter. You know, all these guys that now play in the NBA, and we had a killer team, and it was so fun. Very family friendly. So 2 years in Spain, and then, you know, we could have stayed. We had a lot of different offers. We had tremendous success, and then Russia came, and my wife said, "Oh man, we're not going to go to Russia." So like another month later, they upped their offer and said, "You know, we really want you." And I knew the coach, I knew some of the players, and for some reason, you know, we prayed about it. We really took some time to think about it, and we felt really good about it. And she agreed. She said, "You know what, let's just go try it." We did a little research, found out there's a Great American Award, Great American Schools for our kids. Let's try it. And wow, what a great decision, because it was awesome. My wife's living in Russia, and she's just having a tough time, you know. We always wanted to have a huge family, and we weren't blessed to have kids so fast. So we had some infertility problems, and it was tough. And she had just had a miscarriage, and she was and so was I, you know, at a time where we just didn't understand. We just wanted to, always thought kids would come easy. And she was reading in Matthew, saying how, you know, my yoke is easy, my burden is light. In that moment, she thought, you know what, I need to stop thinking about me. We need to stop thinking about us. We need to start thinking how we can serve others. And so she began to ask people, and eventually found this hospital, orphanage, that she volunteered at and held the babies and read books to them, and her eyes were opened up to a whole new world. And in that moment, she decided, let's start a foundation. Let's help these kids. So she started by organizing a volunteer group to hold these kids. So to hold the babies and hold the orphans and hold these children that don't have families. And if you look, if you can picture a long hallway and the building looks like World War II just happened, and its windows are broken, there's no water heaters, it's just bad. And there's rooms on all sides of this hallway, and it's just full of babies. And you have 2 nurses that work so hard to try to feed and change 100 babies, and it's just not fair. And she started by buying mobiles for the cribs, books, water heaters, windows, new cribs, anything we could to help them out. And that's how it started. And so today, it looked like World War II before, and today I kid, but with the help of so many tremendous people and generous people, it looks like Chuck E. Cheese. I mean, you got balls and library and plasma TVs, and it's really become a comfortable, really beautiful atmosphere where they're helping many, many kids. So our project for this year, every year we give out grants. We give out grants to worthy organizations all around the world that are doing it right. We don't fund anything to do with salaries or legal expenses. In our foundation, dollar for dollar that comes in goes right to the kids. We believe that's the way it should be. We believe that's the way charities should be run. Thanks to Nature's Sunshine, we allow that to happen. And so we built 2 schools in Africa, a health clinic in Nepal, and this year we're building clean water wells in China. And so in this moment right now, they're building 25 cellars in schools in China, in West China. And if those 25 go well, we're going to build another 25. And that's our project here for 2012.
I think of the Travis that I've gotten to know over the last few years, and he's just a fun person. He's got the curiosity and the drive of a child. Always wants to know, always wants to learn, and that kind of amazed me. That's not something you necessarily put with a professional athlete.
Very hands-on. He is. He goes to the conventions with us. He likes to see what we're doing. He goes to ribbon cutting ceremonies. It's not a job for him. It's him validating himself as a person that is trying to do good.
Just his basketball career is amazing, but when you think about this opportunity that he and Marie have been able to create with the Little Heroes Foundation and what he's doing for kids all over the world.
I have an autistic son named McKay. I'll never forget the day that Travis Hansen called me on the phone and said, B, can we go to lunch? And he said to me, what do we need to do to take care of your boy? He said, I just want you to know that Larry and I are in. Whatever you need. We're in, our foundation's in. Let's figure out a way to build a better future for McKay. He's willing to lay it out there. It's not about him. It's about making a difference for other people.
It must be nice to see the influence that you have, and especially sometimes when you don't know you've had it, to have that feedback.
Yeah, it's humbling. It's humbling because it's not you. I mean, you get the rewards. I'm the one that gets the happiness. I'm the one that gets fulfilled, and you hope they do too. But you see the gifts that service brings in your children and how they're nicer to kids and the culture it brings into your family and your wife. And so it's very humbling to see something like that because he's made a tremendous difference in my life. Brian and McKay and all those people on the video, they're my heroes.
You have 3 kids of your own. Your day must be pretty busy with running the foundation, being hands-on, your own life. You've got a basketball camp as well that you're helping out with. Tell me what else is on the horizon for you?
Well, the kids take up a lot. So we have 2 little boys, 9 and 4, and then we adopted a little girl. The kids are just so much fun. So they take up a lot of our time. The foundation, raising money, finding projects to give to. I wrote a book for Desert Book. I write for the Desert News. I started a company invested and now work there a lot. It's a computer software company. You know, I don't think it's good to be idle.
You've done a lot of stuff in Russia. It sounds like you're doing stuff in China and South Africa. What's going on here locally?
You know, our heart's here, so we always try to look for things to do locally. It's harder, costs more money. You go internationally, and a certain amount of money can help a lot more people than it can here in some circumstances, so it's tough to balance that. But here we're doing school kits. We give out grants to other worthy organizations that are here locally. The Now I Can Foundation that's great, that helps children learn to walk that have cerebral palsy and other you know, situations. But our basketball camp.
Welcome to the Little Heroes Basketball Camp. This is our 5th annual camp, held up here at Lehigh, Utah, and we love it. It's a special time for us because we get to come and spend time with these kids, teach them the fundamentals, the values, the things that we learned when I was a kid that's helped me out in my life. We have over 300 kids at camp. Many of these kids, probably over 100 of them, are scholarship kids that come from foster families, that come from military families, that come from Boys and Girls Club and environments that are tough. And this is probably the only camp these kids will go to all summer. There's a lot of kids that are homeless, that don't have school supplies. And so each young man or young woman gets the opportunity to make a school kit, a hygiene kit. We donate those to kids locally. They see the awareness, they see the challenge that other kids have, and even getting pens, paper, notebooks, when these kids have the opportunity to go to basketball camp. It's probably my favorite part of the summer.
Travis, thank you so much for trusting in me and giving me the opportunity to serve kids in need and being excited for my excitement. I'm just so grateful for the opportunity. Thank you so much.
Travis, it's been a lot of years since we've been together at Mountain View High School, and your success has been wonderful, and the service and the charity that you've done and provided, and you're certainly a legend in a lot of people's minds, and you're a legend in my mind. I love you, bud.
You sincerely love people. You sincerely love to learn. And what a great example you are of balance and finding what's important and not compromising in any way. What a great attribute. Don't ever let that go.
You're one of my favorite guys in the world, and my feelings for you and Larry are something that I cherish. I appreciate your friendship, and I hope that someday, when I get old enough, that you can actually beat me. Peace.
Travis, thank you for being a hard worker and never giving up. Continue to be a great father, and always remember who you are and how important it is to, you know, be service-oriented and try to do the work that the Savior would have you do.
It's gotta feel kind of nice to get that kind of feedback.
You know, I'm just appreciative of their friendship and their love, and because we're all in this together. You know, we're all trying to figure this out and trying to do our best. So hopefully I can be a good influence on others.
Well, you've certainly been an influence on me today. Thank you so much for coming out and
Thank
spending
you.
some time. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
You bet. All right, take it out, Sunshine.
My ball.
Let's do this.
There we go.
Okay.
Ready?
Yeah, you shouldn't dribble up so high because it gives the other person a chance to steal. This is what I hear.
Post up.
You're not
Post
wearing a
up.
cup, are you?
Listen, sweetie. Here we go.
Oh, jeez. Really? Okay.
Weight room. This is what Charles Barkley used to do.
What's that? Oh! I'm gonna tell him you said that. All right, game point. Here we go.
You've played a good game.
Yeah, I have, haven't I?
See how I stay low?
Yep, I do see
Work the
that.
fingertips. Work the fingertips. You can even use the knee.
Oh!
Game
Okay.
point. Let's do that again.
No, we're good. I think that's game. All right, well, Travis, thanks so much.
Thanks, Kurt.
This has been great, very educational. I love the fact that you've got the foundation going on. You've done a lot with your career since then. It's been a pleasure talking to you and then playing basketball against you. All right, so let's go, I don't know, let's just go build a fort for somebody.
Let's go help somebody.
A cushion fort.
After you shower.
At my house. Coming?